Thanks for stopping by. This is the Here and There Show. I'm Mike Woodley. What we do here is introduce you to people, places, things to do in the Twin Cities and beyond.
Jim Hartwell began his passion for landscaping while still in high school. He carried that into college and founded Franklin Outdoor Services in 1996.
The name Franklin Outdoor Services comes from originally my mom's maiden name is Franklin. I have a lot of respect for my grandfather. He started a company, 30 years ago, an outdoor billboard company. And when I was a kid, I used to go up there all the time and learn what he was doing and how he conducted business and how he kind of corresponded with people. And I learned a lot from him. And that was from a respect thing. I got that name just because he's my grandfather, and he had a great company, so I wanted to carry that on. What Franklin Outdoor Services, what we do, we specialize in grounds maintenance for commercial properties, light industrial, townhome developments, but we also have a design install for landscaping, irrigation service and install, and lighting, low voltage. And then we started a fertilizing division a few years ago that complements the grounds and the commercial. The guys that have been working at Franklin Outdoor Services, quite a few have been working here for, I'd say, 5, 7, 10 years. I mean, the guys that are in their specific field, like the fertilization weed control, the landscape installers, the grounds, the guys that are at very key, positions, they're certified and licensed. We do schooling every year to ensure that, everything is up to snuff, as far as if they need to take paver courses, or if they need to do wall courses, or if there's new products or anything like that. We try to do as much training and education, every year, just to make sure that, number one, we're on the cutting edge of any new technology, and number two, delivering what the client is paying for. I mean, they want top-notch service, when it comes to, fertilization weed control. They want top-notch service for irrigation and lighting. They want top-notch when it comes to landscaping. All those factors play into what the supervisors are doing every day. If a residential homeowner called us up for a typical, say, landscaping job or something like that, myself or one of the designers would come out, meet with them, discuss what exactly they're looking for. If they're looking for retaining wall, if they're looking for a patio, if they're looking for a fire pit. And generally, we're not going to sell them something that they don't want, but we'll definitely offer up some ideas, and say, well, were you thinking about maybe we could do this or do that? We don't want to leave there, with questions. I mean, we want to make sure that our first initial contact is, as much information as we can gather, and then we'll put a nice comprehensive plan together for them, outlining what exactly what they're looking for, what the things that we can do for them, and just make it a very positive experience. For a commercial client looking to hire us, because we specialize in so many different things and aspects of the grounds, they could hire us originally just to mow their lawn, but we do the fertilizing, we can do landscaping for them, or if they're lacking an irrigation system, we can install that for them and service them later. So not only are we trying to gain their business just from a service aspect, but we can do a lot of things that can complement and actually really not only increase the value of their property, but just make it really nice and attractive. When people contact us, we typically call them back that same day, if not the next day. I mean, return calls are very, very important to us. Communication is key. Email is the same. If they go to the website and they go to the contact page, all the emails come directly to me, so I know exactly who's calling, who's emailing, and we get right back to them.
Franklin Outdoor Services. Call 952-985-0909 for more information, or go to the Franklin Outdoor Services website at fosinc.org.
Recycling and being green is more than just bottles and cans or changing your light bulbs. It's now involving things like jewelry. There's a Twin Cities-based store that's helping people find value in jewelry they had and also helping people find great values because of that. Melissa Anderson's with us now. And Melissa, tell us a little bit about Be Iced, located in Edina on York, and tell us a little bit about what you're doing and how the store is working.
Okay, well, what you do is you bring in your jewelry that you don't wear anymore, and you can either trade it for jewelry in our store. We have a beautiful store where we resell the pre-owned merchandise that we take in. You can either get a higher value to trade it, or you can get a check and receive that in the mail. The very nice pieces you'll actually see in our store that we resell as pre-owned. And the broken things bring you great value just as well. So we take in anything. We take in diamonds, as small as a half point. Loose diamonds, we'll take in gold, platinum, silver. We just don't take loose gemstones, that's the only thing. But everything else you can bring into us and find great value. And we're trained individuals, so we know what to look for in a diamond. We know what the clarity is, we can tell the color, we tell the size, and we put it all into a computer program that actually bids us prices here. It's tied into the gold market minute by minute, and it's tied into the diamond market also. Our evaluation process includes cleaning of your jewelry, testing of the metals, testing of the gemstones or diamonds, measuring all of the gemstones and diamonds, and weighing the piece. And we factor everything into a computer program that bids you two different prices. We give you a check price, which is a check in the mail, and then you also get an offer to trade your jewelry for jewelry that we have in our store that is pre-owned and great value. You should come to Be Iced if you wanted to sell some of your old jewelry that you don't wear anymore, or you can also come here and purchase jewelry for your new collection. We have pre-owned jewelry here at great value. It's anywhere from 30 to 50% off normal retail prices. It's great value. They're unique pieces. You can find custom, vintage things. It's always changing. We put new merchandise out every week. When you buy something pre-owned from us, we'll stand behind it. We offer the warranty for the jewelry from a year after you purchase it, and you can actually trade it in the whole lifetime of the jewelry. You can actually trade it back into us and get the same value and buy something different. And we are a full-service jewelry store. We offer repairs on the jewelry that you buy from us, and we also offer repairs on jewelry that you may have that you need to bring in. Come see us at Be Iced. We're located in Edina, conveniently across from the Southdale Mall. We're here 7 days a week, and you can find out more about us by going to our website, or you can call us, and we're here to assist you. We'd love to see you, so come on in and see us.
Twin Cities businessman Mark Bierman of the Team National Business Exchange.
Well, the reason I'm here is that you know, myself being a home builder, and with today's economy being the way it is, it's drastically changed. And right now, it's what's a good way of putting it? It's more important now than ever to be able to network with other business owners. Get back to where when I first started building back in 1990, where I referred. When I built my first house in Egan, basically, I used that Egan plumber and that Egan electrician. And as I continued to build my company throughout each town, I mean, I would use another, the locals. And, as business went on and business got, I don't know if I should use the word easy, because there was a lot of low-hanging fruit for all of us home builders at that time. Well, it got difficult to use 10, 15 different electricians. And, shame on us for forgetting about what really helped us build our company. But bottom line is we need to get back to that, because that's what really worked, and the power of that referral is actually phenomenal. It's group buying power. And so everybody in this group ends up, when we need something, because we're this group, we get purchasing power. And And that's where it's really became unique with it. And one of the things that I really started working on, because I wanted to really leverage my company as much as possible to benefit from this. And you know, one of the things that I did, I started going to other home builders in particular, and I said, you know what, I'm going to build up home builders, remodelers, and then I'm going to go to a lumber yard and bring everybody to this lumber yard. And when the positive responses that I started getting from lumber yards and millwork suppliers and, you know, every facet of what we do, well, in turn, if we can do that, we can become more competitive in today's market and also be able to create a better value for our customers. And many times even a better product. The size of the company does not matter. You can have from one to no employees to thousands of employees, and that's where it benefits in every aspect, and it's just amazing.
How does the Team National Business Exchange work?
The way that it ends up working is that every business owner gets an opportunity to get on the business exchange, okay? And the business exchange itself, we all, you know, everybody loves to do their research on anybody nowadays by going online, okay? So all of us get 20 keywords to describe our business. So, you know, obviously one of my keywords is construction. And so basically if you put in the keyword construction into the category, okay? Put, you know, area that you're searching. Obviously, you can pull up my company, Homes by Bierman, okay? And so in turn, it's a great way to be found that way. But also, if I need it personally, say that a tree falls down in my front yard, I can put in tree service, and in turn, I end up finding a tree service within this network. Maybe it's just it's a haircut or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But one of the things that I do for anybody that's in the network is that I give everybody in the network a 5% discount. That's my thank you back for coming to them. Why can I do that? Well, it's because I sit on the Business Exchange for free. It doesn't cost me a penny to sit there, and it's the first place I've ever advertised and got such a great response for free. And there's a lot of value just to sit into that when money's being tight. You don't want to be throwing your money away on where you're marketing. The referral program is actually pretty simple. I mean, I look at it this way. Every single business owner out there right now has to have at least 5 to 10 key other businesses that have helped them build their company. And that's where I look at it and go, if you can take and share this opportunity, this networking program with them, in turn, there's a couple things that are going to happen. It's going to create loyalty to you as the owner, but also the referral fee, the dollars that you can make off these referrals is phenomenal. So it gives you a great opportunity to leverage your own company through Team National and the Business Exchange, so in turn you can help build your company, but also, so in turn you're making more money there, but also create another additional income stream for your business also. When you look at it, I'm kind of surprised at how many business owners out there don't pay enough attention to when they purchase something. You know, if you're overpaying on something, say it's as simple as $100, okay, and you're running a 10% profit margin, believe it or not, you have to sell that $100 10 times over. So that's $1,000 that you have to now sell for something that you paid $100 too much for. I mean, you start adding that up, $1,000 a month in extra sales, well, that's $12,000 in a whole year. But the other thing that I know, I've had many businesses, I've been able to save them $1,000 a month. Now you start adding that up times 10, that's $10,000 a month, or you take that times a year, that's $120,000 worth of extra sales that you do not have to have and maintain your same profit margin.
So what is the first step if you'd like to learn more about the Team National Business Exchange?
If you want to get a hold of me, it's just as simple as just give me a call. I can share some information with you. The best thing that I really like to do is be able to sit down, you know, take half hour to an hour max and answer your questions, because that's really what this is about. A visual is 10 times more powerful than me talking over the phone to try to explain this in real detail.
It is storm season in Minnesota, so if your property suffers damage to your roof, siding, windows, or water intrusion, who do you call? And who can you trust? Sundance Exteriors.
Minnesota is susceptible to hailstorms. Obviously, we have them every year. And people are just overwhelmed with what to do next. What should we do? When we can come out, we can visit with your adjuster, visit with your insurance company, make sure we get everything covered that the storm has damaged on your home, like we did for you. And work through directly with the insurance company, take care of all the items on the list of damaged, get those repaired, get you back to whole, and without anything out of your pocket except your deductible. So it's a great situation for the homeowner to be able to just relax and let us take the reins.
Sundance Exteriors knows that sometimes you and your insurance adjuster may have a difference in opinion. That is when Sundance Exteriors can help.
That's what I said. A lot of homeowners just get overwhelmed. They don't know what to do, and the insurance companies, like it or not, they want you to settle for less.
Of course.
We're there to be on your side for your benefit, to get the most you can out of it. Every piece of damage that's happened to your home, we want to repair, and you want repaired. And that's what we do. Go to bat for the homeowner.
Storm damage repair, water intrusion, windows, roofing, and siding, specializing with James Hardy. That's Sundance Exteriors. But what makes them different from all the rest?
We really strive to be just simply the best. And the more volume we do, the more competitive pricing we can offer. That's obviously a big piece of any contract or any homeowner contractor relationship is the price, and we can offer a very competitive price. We just try to take care of every detail for the homeowner, make sure it's painless as possible on them. A clean job site, polite folks on the site. Everyone that works for us is very polite, very easygoing, and it's just a whole package that makes it nice.
If you're like many Minnesota families, you cringe every time that electric utility bill shows up. But what can you do? The OWL Energy Monitor can help you and your family address and manage those rising energy costs.
The OWL Energy Monitor is an in-home display, they call it, that will display in real time in dollars and cents how much electricity you're using in your home. Basically, it attaches at the panel. There are leads that run to a transmitter, and that transmitter will then display a wireless signal to the display portion that tells you three functions, either in real time in dollars and cents how much energy you're using, the kW or load aspect, or greenhouse gas. Signal latency on it is about 6 to 12 seconds. So you know almost immediately when you flick the switch how much that particular action costs you. For example, in our house, okay, and I use it all the time, our toaster is about, in Minnesota, costs about 16 cents an hour to run. Our microwave's about 22. Our oven is about 56 cents an hour, but the biggest firework in the box is probably the electric water heater. I've had homes in Massachusetts with the electric rates out there where electric water heater is costing well over $1 an hour to run. So it's pretty cool.
Families everywhere are using, learning, and saving with the OWL.
How we use it in our family is we have it in the kitchen. So it's a wireless display, which is nice because you can kind of walk around the home with it and do your investigative reporting, if you will, there. So how we use it in our house is our house idles at about probably 8-9 cents an hour, okay? That's about how much it costs to run our house when it's kind of in idle mode. So I have 3 kids, they're 11, 9, and 7, and when we're kind of leaving the back door, I always glance over at the OWL monitor just to kind of see what it is. Now, if it's 7, 8, 9, 10 cents an hour, away we go. If it's up there in the 15, 16, 18 cents an hour, I know exactly what happened, so I push the kids out the door and I run upstairs and start flicking off lights, and when I come back down, sure enough, it's 8, 9, 10 cents an hour. So I've shed my load about 50% in that period of time that we're gone, just because I know that something's on that doesn't need to be.
The message is your knowledge, which can lead to your saving. The OWL is simple, affordable, and it's the future.
That's the beauty of this whole thing. The payback is so quick because basically the cost of an OWL Energy Monitor is the same as one night out with the family. So it's a lot of instances, this thing will pay for itself within 3-4 months.
For more information on the OWL Energy Monitor, go to this website or call this phone number. Renewable Energy ST, a Twin Cities-based company showing many Minnesotans how they can control their electric energy costs and create income for decades to come.
Well, renewable energy is something that as a country and as a state we need to have more of, and it makes sense for our country, our state, and individual landowners as well. And wind in our particular area, in Minnesota especially, is a especially high resource area. Other parts of the country aren't as fortunate as we are to have the wind resource that we have, and that means a much shorter payback period for a wind energy investment project in the state of Minnesota.
Why is Renewable Energy ST different from other companies in this industry?
Why we're different, Mike, is we came from a big wind development background. That's where we started, is in big wind development. So we understand, that every meter off the ground you get means that much more return on investment. And when we got in the business, instead of just taking the first tower we come across, which only was a 120-foot lattice tower we could find, we actually went out and had our own tower designed at 160 feet. So our hub height's 164 feet, which is right at 50 meters. And currently we're the only company in the United States that we know of that has a hub height of 164 meters for our size of turbines, which gets a significant investment, return on investment back for the individual landowner or the turbine owner on that project.
The key point, says Dooling, is the net metering law in the state of Minnesota that guarantees a fair payback from your utility.
Why net metering is very important to Minnesotans is that net metering allows for the individual turbine owner to be paid the average retail rate for their class of service in their particular service provider's area. And so what that means is you're getting a really nice return on your investment per kilowatt. As far as every kilowatt that you sell back to the utility and put on the grid, you get a nice return on investment. They're paying you a good rate of return for that. And our turbines are particularly set for just under 40 kW or 40 kilowatt of output capacity, so we get the maximum output of the turbine and yet still do not violate that 40 kW limit, so you get the biggest bang for your buck, if you will.
So the utility companies will work with you and support this?
Every utility is mandated that by a certain date they're trying to get to certain numbers of renewable energy that's delivered within their area. And again, when you look at renewable energy in Minnesota, for example, wind is really the one that makes the most sense. And so because of that, yeah, they very much want to have wind. They want to have their area get to the numbers that they need to get to as far as renewable energy. And with all the mandates, at the end of the day, they have to comply.
Saving energy, saving money, saving the environment. A Twin Cities-based company, LT Solutions, is doing that and was focused on recently by Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal.
Well, this is the first article we've had done on us here in the Twin Cities. We're a startup company here with manufacturing facilities both in Maple Grove and in Brooklyn Park, and we're developing a light-emitting diode-based light bulbs, energy-efficient products, devices that are eco-friendly to the environment, completely recyclable too. And in many cases, they're a direct replacement for the incandescent light bulbs that you see in the ceiling of most commercial sites that you go into, restaurants, hotels, any site, any commercial site. In most cases, they consume 80 to 90% less energy, and in many cases, you screw them in and forget about them for a decade or more.
Can a startup company based in the Twin Cities northern suburbs really take aim against the biggest names in the lighting business?
We can compete with the GEs and Philips and Sylvanias in the world on two fronts. One, you have to compete technology-wise. You have to make a better mousetrap. And of course, two, the thing that levels the playing field for all startups is good patent protection for your product. So we believe we have the best light-emitting diode-based product with the best specs, the best long-lived performance, and we've also taken the means to file for patent protection for those unique designs. And of course, it's your patent that levels the playing field from the Goliaths of the world and puts the Davids on equal footing. And we filed protective patents for our unique designs.
These LEDs qualify for, or in some cases, even larger rebates from the utilities than those compact fluorescent bulbs. But how do those two compare?
Well, I'll tell you, last winter my wife put a CFL in our garage. When I go into the garage and turn the switch on, I'd have to stand in the dark for 2 or 3 seconds before it would think about coming on. And of course, when it comes on, it ramps up slowly. Our LED devices turn on instantaneously. There's no delay. And in terms of dimmability, many of the CFL devices don't dim. The more expensive ones, they have designed that feature in. Our devices are not only 100% dimmable, but its a unique feature is that when they dim, the device keeps the same color temperature. It doesn't dim and turn orange or blue, which some other devices do.
LT Solutions also wants to help the Twin Cities and the state of Minnesota by building a successful company, helping the economy, and creating jobs.
Well, I want to remind anybody that sees this that we're homegrown and we intend to manufacture these products right here in the Twin Cities in Maple Grove and Brooklyn Park. We are right now doing our Series A seed financing. It's a $1.5 million round at $1 a share. Those funds are going to be used to launch our product a little more aggressively than we currently have. You know, I mentioned earlier, we're in Lunds Byerly's, we're in Walser, we're going into Cambria, we're about to launch into the casinos. We need to accelerate our manufacturing capability, and those seed funds will go to increase that manufacturing capability and our ability to have inventory to get product to clients faster.
Where could this company be in 5 years?
I said in the Minnesota Journal article that a lot of people that sees this probably read that next year we expect our sales to go from this year about $1.5 million to about $5 million next year, and we will ramp up in sort of a hockey puck style. We're going to manufacture them right here in the Twin Cities. There'll be manufacturing jobs that will create, engineering jobs, research and development jobs, people in quality control. We will staff up and we'll hire locally. Okay? We have no plans right now to ship this design off overseas. It's our hope that our labeling will have 2 things on it. Made in the USA. And some of you that have bought products recently see the initials ROHS on products that you buy, and that stands for Reduction of Hazardous Substances. So we're going to make an eco-friendly, completely recyclable. Now, I don't want to let that pass in this interview. Our devices are completely recyclable. Aluminum, tin, brass, they completely can be melted down and recycled. No hazardous materials.
Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to be on the next Here and There show, just go to our website and give us a call. We might be able to focus on your business or your event and tell everybody around the Twin Cities what you're doing. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time here on the Here and There show.